What's up, everyone? My name is Rich. I'm your co-host, along with Panchito and my homie Vic.
What's up, guys?
Bro?
How you doing?
Football is
For
back,
fantasy?
guys.
I'm excited.
Who are you excited to watch today?
Well, you know what's
That's
funny though?
exciting.
When it comes to the NFL, I don't have
You
a team. I don't have a team.
You're not
that-
married to a team yet, which I don't
Yeah,
No, he
understand.
isn't.
I'm not married to a team. I know you've tried several times to get me to become a Niner
Hey,
fan.
we got a lot of room on that bandwagon, baby. Bang,
Oh,
bang,
we got
Niner
the Rams
games.
already. We got the
my
Rams.
colors are already
You're halfway
close
there.
enough,
You're
right?
halfway there. Might as well.
You got
Yeah.
a little yellow in there.
This is
Maybe a
America's
little
real
bit
team
of,
right here, by the way.
America's.
I mean, I don't know. Like, you know what though? This year, I'll probably be rooting for the Chicago Bears only because
Chicago.
Because you watched
Caleb, you know, the
Hey,
quarterback.
the Devils. Speak of the Devils.
right there. Are they winning?
Did they
or no?
lose?
I think they won.
Did they win?
Or was it halftime?
Uh,
No, it's game's over.
Yeah,
I think they
I
won.
mean, it looks like they won. I don't know if they did,
Yeah.
but they were down pretty bad in the first half. So it'd be interesting to see if they actually turned it around and won the
Hey.
game.
Do you have anybody from the Bears on your fantasy? Or no?
I did. You know what? I was eyeing Caleb in the
Yeah.
later rounds, but
That
one of
would've
my
been nice.
one of my cousins scooped him up before I
Smashed them
could.
up.
I think like maybe in the 11th round, 12th round, or something like that.
Nice.
And he was very happy about it. And I was eyeing him as like a backup, you know, like with a lot of upside potential in his rookie season. But yeah, I mean, as far as a team, I don't know. I guess this year I'll be rooting for the Bears.
The
Yeah.
Bears.
That's not a bad
Yeah,
team.
that's
to
not a
root
bad
for.
team.
Yep.
They're
I
NFC
think they'll take their
Yeah.
their lead.
What
They have
about
a real- They have a tough division, man. Chicago. So
Who's
Caleb's
in
got his
their
hands full.
Who's in their lead? It's
In their division, I believe it's the Detroit Lions,
oh, that is
Green
a
Bay,
tough league. Yeah, that's probably one of the toughest.
and the Vikings. So and then the Bears. That's a tough
That's a
division,
tough
bro.
one.
That's
Yeah,
it's gonna be a good battle in the NFC North this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, definitely.
What about you? What about you guys?
I'm excited for my Rams, bro. Today is gonna
Hey,
be a
Aaron
good
Donald was
game.
actually at the USC game.
I saw
yesterday.
that.
Oh, really?
He was.
Yeah, that was pretty cool seeing him
Oh,
there.
that's cool.
Still sticking around.
Well, you never know. He might make a
99
comeback.
might
Dude.
make a return. We'll
Yeah.
He's
see.
gonna come out of retirement.
There you go. Hopefully.
He's only
I
what,
mean-
33? 33.
Yeah,
He's young.
He's young, dude. But I think he just wanted to retire at his prime. You know.
Hey,
Which
he's
is-
he's got a first.
Yeah.
What is it?
He's
like,
got a Super Bowl.
he got a
ring.
Super Bowl.
He's got like most. I don't know if it's most like sacks or he's probably up there for sure. But I don't know if it's. He's got a couple records, but I don't know.
Well, he's
off
got a
the top of
first
my
class
head.
ticket into Canton, bro. There's
Oh,
no
yeah.
there's
Yeah.
no doubt about it. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude's a beast, man.
Wait, well, who's the Rams quarterback this year? It's gonna be
Stafford.
Stafford still, right?
Stafford, yeah.
He's looking good. No
Yeah,
injuries or anything.
Jimmy G. Jimmy
No, I
G's
mean,
Jimmy
back.
G as the
injuries.
backup.
I mean,
I don't
during
understand
the
what happened
season-
with Jimmy G. Why he's being suspended for 2 games.
I don't know. I don't know
either.
what's going on there.
I'm
Is it
not.
Have you heard
I,
of
like
I
it?
never looked into it.
performance
Yeah, I didn't know what
enhancement
was
drug
going on.
I
or
have no idea.
other kind of drug?
Something must have happened.
Yeah,
Gambling?
that dude-
But they
I don't know.
haven't.
He's always-
Who's the other quarterback?
Their
other backup.
oh, their
Dude, I don't
third
know.
string quarterback,
Third string.
I don't know.
Baker Mayfield.
I don't even know who they're.
Baker Mayfield's in Tampa. dude.
No, dude.
He's back in Tampa now.
No, I don't know who
Yeah,
they're. Let
he's-
me look this
oh,
up.
shit.
Let me see who their backup. I should know this,
Yeah.
but I don't even know
Wasn't
who
it
their backup.
he's like a second-year quarterback.
Let's
I
see,
think.
Rams.
If I remember correctly, I can't. His last name starts with an S, I think.
All right,
Stedman. There you go.
Bennett.
Stedman.
Stetson
Yeah.
Bennett. There you go.
Stetson Bennett.
Sounds
There you go.
familiar.
See?
And that's
I know.
it.
And I'm not even a Rams fan. And that's
Yeah, I know, right? But he did play this preseason though. Like I do remember seeing that.
He played in Georgia, right? I think he played at
but-
Georgia.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
he won
Georgia.
national title at Georgia.
He did win. Oh damn, not even. He
Check me on
did right here. He played. Well, I know he played for Georgia, but I don't know if he won. They called him the mailman. He started.
I think he might have gone to the national title game. Well, anyways, so what
yeah.
are your
We'll
guys' Super Bowl picks for this year?
Well, I mean, we already know who
I
you
think
think
it's
will be
gonna-
there for the. Is it third consecutive year or no? Not
Don't
the
say
third
Chiefs,
consecutive.
man. Don't.
Oh well, the Niners.
Me?
Last
no,
year,
it's gonna be a
Oh.
rematch of last year's Super Bowl.
yeah, the Niners.
Chiefs,
and
Niners,
the,
and Niners are not gonna mess it up. And
Lions look pretty good though,
we're
man.
gonna pull through and win.
Oh, you like the Lions?
I don't like the Lions. I mean,
I'm saying you think that they're a good Super Bowl.
I think Lions
favorite.
are good, dude. But I don't know. The Niners for sure. I could see the Niners, the Chiefs, possibly the Ravens, but the Lions. I feel like those three, when it's Chiefs, Niners, and Lions.
Well, honestly, I think one of the
that's
sleeper
just me.
teams this year is going to be your Rams.
Yeah,
I feel
well,
like
I
a
mean,
lot of
I'm
people
rooting for them, but
are underestimating how
their defense
good
is
they are, dude.
Yeah,
I didn't even have them on my radar.
Yeah, I want to say it's going to be like the games this year. Rams Niners are going to count a lot more, I think, than previous years.
No, I know.
Yeah, because it's going to be a battle this year.
Yeah, no, it should be good, man. I think.
But you're saying they made changes from the previous year that you can already tell were significant moves that are going to take them over the top.
For the Rams, I think the main thing for them is for Matthew Stafford to stay healthy. If he's not healthy, they can't.
They can't do it. Yeah. I mean, their wide receivers are looking good. You have Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp,
and then. I mean, those are like our main ones, but we also have a running back too. That's pretty good, dude.
What's his name?
Wait. So I'm like, that's. Is it Dirt?
Wait, let me look it up.
I was about to say Williams.
So I got Niners Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 59, right? I believe this is the Super Bowl. This year's Super Bowl.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah. The only reason I know
Williams.
is
I was about to say
they
Williams.
Announced today.
I saw that announcement
today that K-Dot, Compton's finest,
Kendrick Lamar,
will be the halftime performer for this year's Super Bowl.
Yeah. All right.
Like us.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah,
do a great job.
Made a big announcement this morning. It's pretty
really
cool. Yeah, he did this whole video montage of how he announced it. It was like really cool, dude. You guys should check it out. Yeah.
All right.
That'll be good. That'll be good, man.
It'll be in New Orleans this year, so. In the Superdome. It's still Superdome, right?
Is it still the Superdome?
Mercedes-Benz
Superdome,
I think.
I've always wanted to go to a game there. I passed by it when I was there, but it looks nice, but I don't know.
Actually, when we went to New Orleans a couple years ago, we stayed right next to it in downtown New Orleans. Yeah.
It's so humid there, man. It's a nice city, but it's just really humid.
Good food.
It feels like that right now, right here.
Yeah.
In the South Bay, dude.
In the South Bay.
As I'm talking about it,
it's 95 right now on a
Yeah, we had a little heat wave. It doesn't feel too bad out here in the South Bay compared to like the Inland Empire and then Rich. I know you grew up in the Valley. I mean, honestly, this is not bad at all. Like,
that's a nice breeze, but
this is fine. I mean,
I'm happy we're getting a breeze right now.
Yeah.
Because earlier this morning there was no breeze and it was pretty brutal. But
it's a hot day though for the South Bay. What is it right now?
This is
97 for the South Bay, dude.
It always happens at the beginning of September. It never fails. Every year.
Yeah. Around Bonnie's birthday.
Around my daughter's youngest birthday.
Man, the worst one was for her first birthday, dude. I felt so bad for her, dude.
It was 102 that day.
We were driving, and then I could see Bonnie just red, dude.
It was COVID. So
they had shade and everything.
It was the last birthday party, right?
Yeah. That was probably the hottest summer
was insane,
in a long time.
I believe that day was the hottest day of the summer.
September
of the year, probably.
Yeah, people forget that September is pretty hot, man. People always say July or August, for sure August, but September is usually a hot
September,
month,
October
dude.
sometimes.
At least in California, yeah. When does it start cooling down here in Southern California? Like mid
November.
October? You're talking about November?
I would say November, yeah. Because there's been years in the past where it's Halloween. It's
for
still
Southern California, huh?
Yeah. I mean, the average temperatures are going to start going down in the month of September. And then for sure by October, like, I think we've been in the summer for so long now that it feels like it's never going to end. But it's the end of it.
Did seem
so it's just even after Monday, the temperatures are going to go down into the low 80s or what? I think it's low 80s.
Even into next week, going to be back to normal, like 70.
Oh man,
so it's going down in the 70s in South Bay for sure.
I know. First world problems living in Southern California, right?
Yeah, people are complaining. They're probably like,
our average yearly temperature is like 74 degrees.
Well, you grew
that's
up.
perfect weather, man.
You know this weather
perfect.
More than me, dude.
That's the one thing I miss about the South Bay is just the weather, man.
They're selling a house right around the corner, bro.
Are they? Yeah. What's the listing price?
Not sure. Right, average around here is like $850 starting price.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Damn, do we want to move back? We're gonna have to. I mean,
you're already talking. You're already talking
to
like
the wifey,
over just because of the weather. I mean, I'm able to deal with the weather, like the hot weather in Corona, like for 2 months. It's not bad at all.
I mean, your community's pretty chill, dude. Like the whole, you guys got a little bit of everything.
He likes it. He likes it.
Nice. I love it out there, man. It's like
nice.
I don't gotta worry about nothing. I mean,
it's chill.
You don't really see too many homeless people, and the neighborhood is very, connected. Like, you actually talk to your neighbors. You like hang out with them.
That's good, man.
You invite each other to each other's houses, and nice. I didn't really have. I mean, even you and I, right? When we both lived in Gardena, we hardly ever came to each other. I feel like we come to each other. We visit each other more now.
Yeah, it was
now that I've moved away.
Even you moved to Fullerton, like 2010 maybe?
No, way after that, dude.
After that,
2000, like what?
Because I moved to Corona in 2021. So 2017 is when I moved to Fullerton.
Yeah. That was a nice spot that you guys had.
That was a cool spot too. I like that. It was just one of those like luxury apartment condos.
That was nice.
I mean, the only thing that sucks about that though is when you have neighbors like on your walls, either upstairs, downstairs, on the sides of the walls. So somebody's going to be making a commotion, music, karaoke night, or just maybe they're wearing heels on the top above you,
and
it's just
the top neighbor, right?
The top one, she'd wear these heels, and you could really hear it. And then I think she'd have karaoke nights. And then we were right next to like a shopping center, so like I think they had like a Broken Yoke cafe. I think it was like a Marshall's.
Broken Yoke.
We were surrounded by like a shopping center, so like with the parking lot. So sometimes there'd be some commotion there with that, and then there's living in a house versus renting in a condo or apartment. It's a night and day difference.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
a lot more privacy.
It's definitely been a blessing. A lot more privacy, a lot more responsibility too. Like it was crazy.
Everything.
I mean, like there's a lot of maintenance, like with landscaping. And then I was telling Vic this morning, I woke up, and it's my fault. So just for anyone out there that has a grill and they use it on a regular basis, make sure you clean it right after. Otherwise, ants will invade.
What about rats, dude?
Rats, I have. Okay,
more like mice, right?
I didn't know anything about that.
Dude, I remember my next door neighbor when we were gonna grill when we were in high school. We opened the grill, dude.
No way. There was a rat in there chilling.
But it was dead. It was like dead.
Oh,
it's even worse.
And we had just used it probably maybe a month ago. So I was like, man, I wonder if these things creep up on this grill often.
So you got to keep your grill clean, like. And that was my fault. Like usually right after I do a carne asada, right? On the grates I'm like scraping off any kind of No, I have this thing called I think it's called the fire rescue, and it uses steam, water and steam.
Oh yeah, that's what I use. I use the Grill Daddy.
I think it's probably similar. It's like a similar thing.
You use cold water and it steams it out. It kind of like cleans it.
Yeah,
good.
And I usually do that after every cookout, but then. The last one that we had, that, and then at the same time, like, I served the food, and then we ate, and we were hosting, so there was a lot going on.
Last weekend.
Yeah, there was a lot going on that I just didn't really, I kind of forgot about it. But yeah, don't do that, because the cleanup is going to be just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I know you told me something similar with your girl, right? When I called you this morning, you're like, dude.
It was one of those weekends where I just, like, grilled work real quick, and when I went to clean it like 2 days after, I had like a little ant. It didn't seem as bad as yours seemed pretty bad. Mine was like very minor.
Yeah.
So I just fired it up, got all the ants to go away, and cleaned it real good, and then we're good now. But yeah, like Frank said, you want to make sure you do your proper cleaning after you do your grill sesh, because you don't want no critters up in your main grill.
Or around your house.
Well, you guys gonna be popping that grill a lot this NFL season, huh?
That's right. I mean,
and college
football.
You're more of a college.
USC,
too, huh?
We're back, baby.
We're back, man.
Your first game back at the Coliseum yesterday.
They won, right?
Yeah, it was like close. Was it close to 50 points?
48
to 0.
As Utah State, they're like
they're not ranked or anything.
Unranked, so.
I mean, the bigger game was the week before against LSU. That was 27-20 with final score.
Yeah, and then I saw Notre Dame got upset yesterday.
Oh,
as
did
well
they?
By NIU.
They were ranked 5th. Were they 5th? When they were showing the schedule last night with USC, I think they were ranked 5th.
Really?
Yeah.
Aren't we ranked 13th? Though?
Wait,
Like
we are. We're 13th, but Notre Dame is ranked 5th.
Oh, that surprises me.
Notre Dame lost though.
They did.
Who did they lose to? Do you know?
NIU.
Yeah.
So it was one of those like games where, you know, it happens all over college football, but they paid like these smaller schools to come and play them.
And the smaller school beat them.
Smaller school beat them. I think
crazy,
they paid them
right?
like $5 million.
Damn. Just to play them.
But see, those smaller schools
Yeah.
need those $5 million.
Yeah.
It's a smaller school. They're not generating that much money into the
I mean,
programs.
when they're paying them
So that pays for that $5 million pays for
a lot of
other sports within the college.
So like they paid them $5 million. Weren't they supposed to lose? Like that's part of the agreement, right?
No, they weren't supposed. They were supposed.
You can't
like
just
a
show
gimme-
up
it's
and
like
beat
a
them.
gimme game for
That's why they're
whoever
paying them, bro. They're like, hey, you know what? You're gonna lose, but
So
I'm gonna give you.
I don't
$5
think they're
million.
ever gonna invite them back. I think they lost future
that's
money
a great
because
story.
you
I
might
think
as well lose on
I want to
purpose.
say it was
That's
NIU's first win against a ranked opponent
Ever
I
in their
think,
school
in the
history.
of the school, I believe.
That's
Which is
crazy.
amazing.
That's
that's what
crazy.
college is all about, bro.
Yeah, you love
It's
it.
college
A lot of
sports.
The
upsets,
upsets.
man. A lot
The
of
upsets and Notre Dame, so I'm not mad at that either. So
Yeah. So I mean, I'd be curious to see where they'll be ranked next week, but they definitely won't be
if
ranked
they were top
5th.
5, they are no longer going to be top 5.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And then USC has Michigan, not next week, but I
was
think
gonna
in
say,
2 weeks.
they're off next week, and then they
Yeah.
go to the big house.
And then Michigan lost though. They lost this week. This weekend.
Let me check
This
that.
week.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
still surprised how SC jumped that high though. Like they were ranked like number
They lost
10?
to Texas. Michigan lost to
that's
Texas.
right. Okay,
Texas was higher ranked.
Texas.
They were
that's
higher
a big
ranked.
win for Texas. Their program is in the
they're
up and up
looking
as
good.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean overall, I'm surprised just to see USC starting out as strong as they have. Like usually
And
in the past few seasons they've been ranked higher and then they underperform those rankings. Like they'll lose. Or not lose, but they struggle a little more. And now, I mean, they had a big win week 1 in Vegas against LSU, and then a very impressive win. Well, a very decisive win in week 2 against the Utah State. I mean, that should have been expected, but again, I don't think anybody quite expected, 48 to 0. So
it just amazes me how like they jumped from what was it like 10.
They started the year at 23 and now they're ranked 13th, and then I don't think their rankings will change. I mean, depending on if teams below them got upset like Notre Dame, those teams obviously are going to move up in the rankings, so maybe that'll impact USC and maybe they come down a bit. But I mean, the opponent they played against, like how much that impacts their rankings going into next.
Yeah, but I feel like everybody's schedule, like if you're a top football program in the country, I feel like everybody has those gimme games,
Yeah.
So it averages out. I mean, if you look at the rest of our schedule, like it's pretty tough,
Yeah.
Obviously being in the Big Ten now, it's going to be a lot more. The teams are going to be a lot better. But I mean, from what I've seen so far, I mean, our defense seems like it's. I mean, we picked up your old defensive coordinator from UCLA.
Yeah.
And dude, that guy's amazing, man.
They're vastly improved.
They're fast.
Yeah.
I would say the biggest difference from this year since last year so far is you don't see those missed tackles that you would see last year.
Oh, it was so bad last
year. Like we were at the USC
game.
Washington game. I was
oh my god.
I was like, dude,
how are these guys even on
I know
the team?
these are kids, but man, this is like basic stuff. Like the safety was getting killed the whole game. That game, and I was like, dude, this guy is getting destroyed. And you don't see those little mistakes right now. Obviously our offense is going to be clicking. We got so many weapons. In Lincoln Riley's offense is pretty complex,
great.
So it's good. But the defense, that was the biggest concern coming into the season again. Because last year, we were ranked, I think, like 120th in defense.
Dead last.
And now I think we're like top 10 right now. So I mean, that's a big turnaround. So
pretty good, man.
Yeah, man. So fight on, man. But still, we're
Fight on Trojans.
Well,
You know,
my
it's gonna be a good season.
UCLA, my
Who?
UCLA,
UCLA. Who's
go
that?
Bruins. They beat Hawaii, bro. I shouldn't be too proud of that. 'cause
Wow,
Hawaii's
barely-
not-
they barely
that
beat
was,
them.
It was
That's a-
preseason, man. But that was,
there.
I was like, damn.
And
I
then
was
they
like,
had
these
a-
guys smoked them, but I shouldn't
Yeah.
be proud, dude. It's Hawaii.
And you guys had a bye.
That shit.
You guys had a bye this
Yeah,
week.
this week, and then we play Indiana next week. But I don't know how
Yeah, this whole Big
Indiana's
Ten
at.
schedule is gonna be interesting, man. when it
Yeah,
comes to
I mean,
football.
I still feel like SC is gonna be better than, obviously they're gonna do better than
Then
this-
UCLA.
Yeah, than UCLA, but
Yeah.
I don't know how we're gonna do. I guess
Well, I
better.
guess the other thing, right? I mean, we're still talking about football. So what do you? I mean, fantasy football, Rich. I know you and I are both in.
Yeah.
We're in different leagues,
Yeah,
but
different leagues.
I mean,
How, are you
and
winning?
Vic, I know you're not in a league this year, but you could probably still
I'm in my own league, man.
in his head.
Who?
But it's interesting. Week one, when you look at your score, and maybe your players didn't perform as well as you had hoped. And I know everybody, can experience that in different ways, and
Right.
and you panic. You're like, oh
Yeah.
man, like I gotta go pick. What am I gonna do? Why did I draft this guy? This guy's worthless. Why is this guy on the bench? I should have started him. So there's a lot of things that sort of just catch you by surprise, and I feel that way on my way as I was driving to your house, Vic. I was looking at my score, and
How you doing?
I'm not doing great.
You're
I mean, no, I'm not doing great. My number one pick was Jamar Chase.
Oh.
And I mean, last time he had a slow start. Maybe that's to be expected because of the contract dispute.
But
And
did his contract situation get settled or
no,
is
his
he still-
didn't. His did not get settled
I heard
yet.
something about Dak Prescott got paid this.
Yeah, I
He
heard.
got
I think
paid.
240
After-
million,
Yeah.
something like that.
Highest paid quarterback, I believe,
Yeah.
right now in the NFL.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
he was like top 3 quarterbacks last year in like passing, dude. So I was surprised too. I was like,
but he plays for the Cowboys.
yeah,
And America's team, right?
America's team, dude.
Sure.
Or
Sure,
the Cow-
buddy.
or the
Sure.
Cowgirls,
You're gonna be
you know?
disappointed. I'd be close to. I would if I would ever get an NFL team. I think I'd probably
Don't tell me the
Hey.
Cowboys.
choose the Cowboys.
Oh,
Really?
bro.
Because they haven't been past the first round in the last 20
and
years.
then I would be
Come on.
disappointed every year.
Nice.
I would.
They
I would
haven't
be
won
very
anything since the
disappointed.
90s.
I'd rather have you go with the Raiders, dude.
Maybe
like
that'd be
your
the
dad.
good luck charm. I'd join, and then suddenly we'd start winning or something. Who knows?
Well, it's kind of hard when your owner is also your GM, so doesn't
Yeah.
make things easy. For
I mean,
your
how
team.
much,
Yeah.
dude? Jerry Jones, man, he's been at it for a long time, huh?
Yeah,
God
too
bless him.
long. Some Cowboy fans would say.
Too long.
They're gonna have to take him out on a stretcher, man. I don't think.
Well, they
he's-
got his son. If not, his son's gonna take over. So
Oh, really?
Awesome.
yeah, the Jones family will be there for a while.
It's like
Jesus.
the Bus family for the Lakers,
Yeah.
The whole family took over. But I mean, Bus was very involved, dude. At the beginning, he was like,
Dr. Jerry Buss,
Dr.
yeah,
Jerry
he was
Buss.
very involved, dude. At the beginning,
greatest, rest in peace, greatest sports owner of all time. My
you think
opinion.
he's is he considered the greatest?
One of the greatest,
one
I
of the
would
greatest.
say.
I would like to.
He did a
consider
lot
the
for this,
greatest,
not
but-
only for.
He
To
won his
bring-
first. Yeah.
I mean, he was the first guy to put. I think to have a celebrity row. He was the first guy to do that.
The Laker
At the
girls.
Forum, they had. He was the first person to have cheerleaders. I believe he also set up like suites at that time, back in the
A
80s,
club back
70s.
in the days.
The
too.
Forum Club,
The
which
Forum
was like
Club,
the
which
club
was-
in LA, not even
Yeah.
just in general, in
After
LA
the
at
games,
the time.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
there's some cool stories. at the
smart
Forum, dude.
businessman.
Yeah, no, there definitely is. But
Yeah.
I mean, he won the championship the first year he became the owner, no?
That's right.
So I mean, that says a lot. Yeah, I would.
Which was Magic Johnson's rookie year.
Yeah, that was the Showtime Lakers, man.
Showtime Lakers, man.
That would have been nice.
I would have loved to
Um,
have been old enough to be able to see that.
Oh,
I wish I
the
could have seen.
Showtime
I
Lakers.
wish I
Lakers,
could have seen him
yeah.
play, dude.
And we got to see like maybe Nick Van Exel,
Yeah,
Eldon,
I didn't
Eldon
start
Camp,
going to
Eddie
Laker
Jones.
games, I think, till I was like 7 or 8. I remember my dad took me to my first Laker game at the Forum.
Oh, yep.
It was against the
Damn.
Portland Trailblazers
Yeah, really?
with Arvidas Sabonis.
I never.
This was the Damian Stoudemire. I think Damian Stoudemire might not have been there yet.
that was
um,
the
Yeah, that was. I remember the first 2 Laker games I ever went to. They were both against Portland. They were like a year apart. It was hilarious. Shaq got kicked out of one of the games. He got a technical foul or whatever. He kicked him out of the game. I remember getting like my. I used to have a Lakers warm up from the '90s, and I remember I got it signed by like Derek Fisher.
You still have that jersey or warm up?
It's somewhere in my mom's like.
Oh, you gotta go look for it.
Yeah,
you gotta get it.
Pretty
back,
dope, man.
Yeah, I got a Derek Fisher to sign a card for me.
I love
this. Was
D-Fish,
back when
man.
D-Fish was like maybe
not
a
even,
second year, third year player.
Wow.
He hadn't even won the championship.
He wasn't even
like
anybody
at
his
that
role
point,
wasn't even set as in the team yet, you know.
Oh man,
he was like a bench warmer.
Yeah, but it was
Almost.
cool back then. I remember like going to the Forum, like you could sit anywhere in the Forum, dude, and
was
you would have a
affordable.
good view of the game.
Yeah,
Not like Staples when you're in the
Nah, the
300s.
Forum,
You're like,
yeah.
jeez.
I love going to
Binoculars
concerts
to
there,
see
man.
the-
Staples, are you talking about Crypto.com arena?
Sorry, I don't call it crypto. Man.
Yeah,
I call it
remember
Staples.
we call it Staples.
I know,
It'll always
fucking
be
around.
Staples for me.
It's always going to be
Yeah.
Staples.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
It just feels weird when you say crypto, dude. I can't. But yeah, that definitely Staples. I don't like watching like concerts or games there because there's really, you got to be at the bottom to get like a good view, dude. Or like there's certain angle, but the Forum you have a good view anywhere, man.
I've never seen. I mean, when it comes to like Staples, I mean, we've seen Adele there, we've seen Mana there.
Oh,
Yeah.
You went to Mana too?
I don't think I saw Manal there. You did. I don't think I did.
I thought you guys went to Mana.
It might have been Tanya and like her girls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
I remember us.
It was you.
Nothing against them. I never. My sister
Not a
would
fan?
listen to them, but I didn't really care for them as much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we went the same year, no, Vic?
Yeah.
We did. We went
What's
to
that one song?
Velvet.
I don't
We
even
went
want
with
to sing it.
Velvet and everybody.
Oh, that was you guys.
Yeah,
guys.
dude.
Oh, okay. I know. I was like, dude, I was trying to figure out who
I
went
was
with
like,
this.
I'm pretty sure I went with you, man.
That same year, I think we went to see
But we
Adele.
all sat different.
We went to see Adele that year.
Well, at least on that topic of Adele, I remember going. Yeah, we went to that one at Staples, and I mean, it was a beautiful performance, you know, from Adele, and it's funny because in the news recently they mentioned that her residence in Vegas will be ending, I think, in 10 shows from now.
Oh, okay.
And the ticket prices right now, my wife was looking at them. They were around $2,500 roughly for the cheapest.
Wow.
If you want to go see her, because she's going to take a big hiatus.
Wow.
I think she announced it's going to be like
She's supposedly engaged to
7 to
Rich Paul,
10,
right?
seven to 10 years. She's going to take hiatus. So if you
good
want
for
to
her,
catch
man.
her live, you better go soon.
Yeah.
No, she's got.
I've seen her once.
I've already seen her once.
I'm
That's
good.
what I told Tanya. Especially not for that price. That's way too expensive, man.
That's a lot, man.
No gracias.
I heard Usher tickets are pretty expensive too, man.
I heard he puts
Yeah.
on a show though.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I've seen a lot of
honestly,
videos.
If there's one
looks like a good
residency
performer.
I'd want to go see would be probably Bruno Mars.
Yeah, Bruno Mars. I
I would
heard
pay
is,
money to go see Bruno.
he performed the first show here at
the grand opening of Into It Dome.
at the what's it called?
Into It Dome.
Into It. But I heard there was a couple technical
Big
issues,
time.
dude.
Oh, there was, huh?
Yeah.
People
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
get
too
in.
technical with
Yeah.
apps and stuff.
People weren't even paying for the.
So they have
the
this
food
facial
anymore.
recognition thing
I heard-
where
oh, wow.
supposedly you
That's your
have to
ticket?
register with their app
Yeah.
prior to getting there.
Yeah.
And then you put in your
but
credit
nothing
card
was
information
working.
or whatever.
Yeah. It wasn't
And
working.
then it's supposedly when you get to the register to pay for like
It just-
at the concession stands,
It
it's supposed to
charges
scans
you.
your face, and then it recognizes you. So it's like touchless everything. You don't need to like
Yeah,
put any card out or tap, none of that.
it's almost
And
like
apparently
Amazon.
like it wasn't working. So all these people were getting
It
all this
was
stuff
free.
for free, all this beer, everything.
Oh, they were getting
I heard even
free
parking, dude.
concessions?
I heard parking was
parking
kind of
too?
like that too, man.
So you know they
That's
got
crazy.
a
Oh,
little,
they'll recover. I mean, it's just one day.
they
Yeah,
got a
I
couple
mean-
things to fix.
I was like,
before they
man, I
open
wish
up
I was
for-
there.
Especially when there's so
But
much
then-
technology
season.
integrated into their process. Then
Yeah.
And I heard there was like problems with the show as well, something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
it's a new.
it's a whole.
stadium.
It's the
It'll be-
first
yeah.
time.
People
are
You know,
trying to
whatever.
figure
We'll
it
see.
out,
I'm sure
yeah.
they'll figure
there's
it
so
out.
many components that have to come together, and maybe they didn't test everything out as much as they
Well, I
needed
mean,
to
it's-
before the start.
Yeah, so I'm sure they did this whole grand opening performance to kind of test things and stuff. Versus
Yeah.
having a full crowd of people there for a Clipper game or whatever. So
Yeah.
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 That shit. I'm kind of excited to see like the stadium what it looks like. You know, I heard it's pretty cool. So I wouldn't mind seeing the Lakers and Clippers.
Yeah, because that's a good opportunity. Like instead of paying a Laker ticket price at Staples versus paying the matchup Clippers versus Lakers at Intuit, but now with the new stadium, maybe it's going to be just as much
or even more. Who knows? I don't know. But we'll see. I don't know.
We'll see how that plays out.
That should be good.
Did we talk enough about fantasy football? That was a long tangent.
So, man. I think that was enough, dude.
That was a huge tangent, but it's all right.
Let's talk about it.
So, how do you feel about anything on your team, your fantasy team?
I mean, I did recruit. My first pick was CD Lamb.
CD Lamb. Has he played yet?
They're about to play.
Oh, they're about to play right now. Yeah. Okay.
And I actually picked up Dak because it's kind of good.
Raiders Chargers.
It's kind of good.
Leave it on the Cowboys.
I want to see the Cowgirls.
Cowgirls.
It's kind of good that I got both of them. That way they could feed off of each other.
Yeah. Because it was okay.
I mean, right now, let's see.
I'm kind of seeing how Saquon did. I'm regretting not picking him up in the first round.
Yeah. Dude, Saquon looked
amazing. He looked like a beast.
Yeah.
It's like, man.
He's gonna be good in Philly.
There were some good games. Yeah.
That's the tough part too. Whenever you draft, is you have an idea of how they're going to perform, given the prior year's sort of like output, but then going into the current year, a lot of times they're on a brand new team. Like for example, Saquon, he's on the Eagles, so you're like, I don't know, or even Derrick Henry is no longer with the Titans.
Yeah, he's with Baltimore.
He's with Baltimore, so I don't know. There's a lot of I don't know. But I guess the point I want to make is the adjustments you make after week one, primarily off the waiver wire. There's going to be a lot of value there. So use your fantasy budget. Like, don't be afraid to place a big bid for that guy that really was on no one's radar. And I'm definitely going to do that.
That'll be good, man.
Yeah.
I think this is your year, Frank. I think this is it, dude.
I wish. I hope. I'll try. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully I win too, man. But on to the next topic, man. The one thing that I'm pretty excited about, I don't know about you guys, but next week, Mexican Independence Day. I know I was telling you this guy.
September 14th?
September 14th. Yeah, that's
he didn't know Mexican independence.
He does. He's like, what is Mexican Independence Day?
I thought it was Cinco de Mayo. No, that's fucked up. That was a joke. That was a joke.
Cinco de Mayo. I feel like it's more of a.
Come on now. But I bet you a lot of people do think that Cinco de Mayo is Mexican Independence Day.
I was in Mexico for Cinco de Mayo in Jalisco.
Do they celebrate it up there? They don't care, huh?
Mexican Independence is a whole different story.
That's the real
Cinco de Mayo for
you went during that.
Oh, I've never gone for Mexican Independence.
Well, you've seen like videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, but my uncles and my family were telling me when I was there. I was like, why is this so slow? Like,
for Cinco de Mayo. Yeah.
On a side note, I think next week too in Mexico they're doing the inauguration for the new president as well, right?
Yeah.
Barely.
The lady
barely.
Apenas.
Well, this is an election year for them.
So
she's a female president. Female president, right?
Yeah,
do you know? I don't even know her name.
History of Mexico.
I don't know her name.
I forgot her name, but
she has a.
She's like from Jewish descent too.
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna say her name is kind of different.
Yeah, it's not like a typical
Mexican last name.
dude.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, that'll be great.
But it's a big day for Mexicans, man.
The reason I remember is because my Nino, shout out to my Nino, and my Nina are going out there.
Oh yeah, to
for the inauguration.
They wanted to be there. Yeah,
it's gonna be in Mexico City, or do you know where?
It's in the usually.
Nice.
Yeah, they want to experience that. I thought it was
history.
Cool.
That's a historical moment.
Yeah, but there's gonna be a lot of history too in Vegas with the whole sphere thing.
Oh yeah, so tell us about that.
Because like Vic was saying at the Sphere, first time a fight has ever been taking place there, and they're paying. I know Dana White keeps speaking about he's paying tribute. It's like a love story to the Mexico. That's what he's saying. So he's got a lot of Mexican fighters, like the Chihuahua dude. He's fighting Rojas, and then the Alexa Grusso. She's a champion, Mexican champion. I forgot her name, but Alexa something. But she's a flyweight or something.
Wait, of that night, of that card, which one are you most looking? Which fight are you most looking forward to?
Well, I want to see her, dude. Alexa, she puts on a show, and O'Malley too is pretty good too. You know, that's like the main card. But the guys fighting, they're not. None of them are Mexican, but that's the only one.
Did you hear about the ticket prices changing pretty significantly from where they started at?
I don't know. I don't know. Did they drop?
They dropped. Well, because to start off, people were complaining that they were too expensive.
Oh,
same thing. Like when we were talking about the Adele concert earlier, like the cheapest tickets before to get into that Sphere fight was like, I don't know, $2,500.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
$2,500.
Is that like nosebleeds at the top, or
probably the worst seat? And then recently they've dropped. I think that now they're around. I don't know if they're still available for this price, but I was seeing a video where they were being sold for like $800.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you saying? You think because across the street is Canelo and Berlanga
Is
fighting?
it the same night?
Same night, dude.
Oh, dang.
I'm kind of interested on who's gonna do better.
Why,
I'm rooting more for the boxing, you know, because I'm more of a boxing.
I'm gonna
more
go
of
out and say
boxing.
UFC is.
Yeah,
I would say
because
UFC too. Yeah,
because this
Like it's a
Berlanga
first
Canelo
time.
fight, I don't think there's a lot of interest in the fight.
I know they keep saying more Puerto Rico and Mexico, but
do you think that
Berlanga's not a champion, you know? So.
Oh, okay.
But I think too the fact that Dana White is doing something that's never been done before.
Yeah.
He's experimenting
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
his first fight at the Sphere.
No, yeah, it's a big
I think
thing.
there's more hype for that event because it's an event, you know. It's not just one fight; it's a whole event.
And the guy that's doing it with him, the promoter, they call it the Raja season, whatever.
Yeah.
The guy from Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia guy,
yeah, that I think it's called like Noche UFC or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, but they put on a show because when I went to the boxing fight over here, they had all these things going on. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be.
So it's a little mixed bag for you, right? Because I know that you typically favor boxing.
Yeah.
Right. But the fact that UFC is having a special event within the Sphere, you're like, well, I don't want to miss out on that either.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll try to watch both, you know, because it'll be exciting, man. And then we have El Tráfico, dude.
El Tráfico. LAFC versus the Galaxy.
So that's gonna be exciting too, man.
Yeah. Those matchups are always fun. And then we were surprised last night, my wife and I, because the Galaxy and LAFC are neck and neck, 1 and 2 in the Western Conference standings right now.
Wow.
And so that's going to be definitely a good head-to-head matchup next week. And then right now there's a lot of players that are on leave for international play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like last night we didn't have Bwanga, we didn't have Bogus. We had Gerard was playing, and the game. I mean, unfortunately, the game ended in a 0-0 tie. But it's still you get 1 point for that at very minimum. What's up?
It's 0-0.
0-0. What did I say? 0-0. Oh, I gotta say 0-0.
0-0. That's a proper way.
Come on, guy.
Soccer fan over here.
You know it's fine, but I mean that. You know that matchup will be fun. Hopefully, I don't know when I don't know when Bwanga comes back and Bogus. I don't know if they'll be back by then. So if not, and then maybe the Galaxy are missing some guys too due to the international play. I'm not sure.
No.
But we'll see.
It should be good.
It'll be fun
day to watch some sports, man.
Yeah,
it'll be good. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see who makes more money though, UFC or boxing. But
most likely UFC.
Yeah, it sounds like it, but especially the tickets dropped,
And for boxing, Canelo's gonna take all the money anyway, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. It's
favorable to him.
He gets paid, dude. He gets paid.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, he does it on that weekend for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. They do it. Are they trying to compete head to head? Like, why do they do it the same night? Just by accident?
That's Canelo's day. Usually,
Cinco de Mayo,
Cinco de Mayo, Mexican Independence Day.
Yeah,
that's usually
when he does it.
Most of his fights usually happen because he's Mexican, but it's a very popular night for boxing too. Even when Mayweather was fighting, he always did Cinco de Mayo and Mexican Independence Day, because I mean Mexicans love boxing. So but I don't know. We'll see what
happens,
man. But speaking of discipline and all that with athletes, man, I think we should do a little challenge that we've been talking about for quite some time, you know.
Let's juice it up.
The juice,
the juice challenge.
Man. The juice challenge. I think we were all gonna do a different,
like a form of fast.
We're all doing our own form of
cleanse.
It's more of a cleanse.
Yeah,
it's called like a cleansing, right? Because we've been eating out a little bit too much. Well, at least I have. I don't know.
As we all get older, right? It gets harder. I mean, we all have kids.
Yeah.
We all have jobs, and finding the time to work out, eat right is not easy. Yeah. But I know we make the concerted effort to do so on a regular basis.
Right.
And we still feel like we're in deficits at times, except for this guy. He's been showing us the way.
He loses weight without trying. I don't
know.
But
you told us yesterday, right? That you've always been like that with your metabolism, like high burning metabolism.
Yeah, my metabolism has always been like fast, but it's definitely slowed down a lot, like compared to what it was 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
you do a lot of running, right?
Running, but I'm trying to eat healthier too. But I'm trying.
Yesterday you had how many 12 tacos yesterday?
Dude,
and then cake. I was like,
wait, so I know. I thought I ate 12 and Mariela corrected me.
Oh,
dude.
How many was it?
Dude,
don't tell me it was more than that, bro.
Dude, I know.
Just come on. I want to hear the number. I want to hear the number.
15, dude.
No way.
I didn't even know, dude. So I got some. Okay. I honestly
bro.
15 I know, tacos. Dude. I know. Dude, I was hungry.
The taco guy was like,
that was my first meal of the day, dude. So I didn't eat them all at one point, right?
My dad told me he had 10, and I was like, wow.
And you thought that was a lot.
I had like 4, and I was done.
You only had 4?
Well, the person that hosts their party,
host, bro. I was hosting like you couldn't believe it.
Yeah, you did a great job.
By the way, yesterday we were celebrating Vani's birthday party, which was awesome.
Thank you guys.
You'll see a clip tomorrow on that.
Just it was a great party.
No, thank you. Just on a side note, all kudos to my wife. She put it all together.
Went all out with the details.
I was just the muscle behind it. So it was her vision, her detail-oriented mind.
Yep.
Everybody loved it, and
it's funny because that clip that goes tomorrow is you honoring your wife and saying how she's the best when it comes to party planning.
Oh, she's the best,
and in other factors, of course. But you were emphasizing that.
Anybody that knows her knows that when she throws a party, it's very detail oriented.
When I went back to watch that clip, that was funny because you said she wouldn't do it for anybody, only for maybe family and close friends. And I asked you, I go, oh, can she do it for us? And you're like, no, she probably won't do it for you. I was like,
apparently you're not
bro.
Apparently you're not a close friend,
dude. And then Rich was laughing, but
I was laughing, but
no, she didn't mean it like that, right?
I think Vic wanted to make sure that nobody else asks.
Like, who would she do it for? Who would she do it for?
Don't put her out like that, dude. Don't put her out like that, dude.
Yeah,
because she's gonna.
I can't speak for her. She would have
to.
She would have to answer that for you.
It's a firm no
on a side interview.
Yeah, but that was a good party, man. That was a good party, dude. Tacos were great. Coffee was great.
A lot of work, but well worth it.
Desserts were great. Everything.
So we're gonna do. You guys are gonna do. You gonna do a juice fast?
So I'm gonna juice, but since I'm pretty.
Dude. You're gonna.
So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do 3 days.
Where you at right now, Rich? You're like what?
Dude, honestly, I don't know. You guys keep asking me, but I don't know.
You gotta be like 160, bro.
You gotta weigh yourself,
I'm probably walking between 165. I can't be 160, dude. That's too skinny, dude. No way. I
weigh yourself, bro.
I'll weigh myself. I'll send you guys a picture.
I would say
get a scale from like Target or something. I got one from Target, like 20, 40 bucks.
We're gonna weigh you right now.
We're gonna weigh you today
after this.
All right.
Well, to be continued on that. But what I'm planning on doing, I'm gonna eat one meal, just clean meal, protein, and just vegetables, and then juice twice or 3 times.
So one meal a day?
Yeah, probably either lunch or dinner. I'm gonna do that.
Protein, egg, avocado,
and vegetables, and good oils.
Yeah,
that'll be good, like avocado or some type of.
Like, how many calories do you think that one meal will be? Will it be
not enough?
Like less than 1,000? 1,000?
I mean, if I'm packing it up with good fatty oils and high protein,
it'll be nutritionally dense.
But I mean, that's what I'm planning.
So that's what you're saying. One meal a day.
One meal a day, like healthy, right?
Okay.
High protein.
So not a juice.
And then, no, I'm also gonna be
on top of it.
Yeah, I'll probably juice for breakfast, and then either in the afternoon or during lunch.
See, now you got me interested in that sort of one meal a day, or like very highly nutritionally dense meal. Well, I saw this one video yesterday where this guy he basically would do ground beef, avocado, and like 3 eggs with rice. And he says ever since he's been doing that, like eating that, like every night, he's noticed a significant difference in his, his body composition, his weight loss.
Well, you got your carbs with the rice.
Yeah.
You got your good fatty oils with the avocado.
Yep.
Yeah.
Depending on the ground beef, the leaner the better.
Yeah.
Turkey, lean turkey.
And then the rice beef. Too. It depends on the rice too.
So for me, that sounds like a great idea.
You're gonna have that every day.
I mean, that's what it calls for. I mean, if you want to see the result, right, you got to do something different.
I could do that.
How many days are we trying to do?
How many days of that? I mean, that sounds like it's got to be more
5 days.
So, okay, the more extreme thing that I was talking about doing was that Dana White fast.
I think you should do that one, bro.
For 3 days, it's water, electrolytes, and I think some bone broth.
I'd rather have you do that, man. I think it's fun, dude.
And
for me, I think it's
you know
just
what?
a nice
even
challenge.
just pushing myself, even for 1 day, let me see how I feel.
I want to see him do that, bro.
After 1 day, let me see how it feels. Like, if I'm like losing my mind, then I'm like, fuck.
Look, the advantage you have is that you work from home.
I work from home.
Oh, so he's gonna be eager
that's a
to.
big time. No. I'm saying it'd be easier for him.
Oh yeah.
I feel. Because if if he somehow you feel like depleted or whatever, you just take something you're already at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're able to kind of maybe push yourself a little bit more because you'll have that advantage. So.
I mean, I'm still gonna be hungry.
Yeah, I mean, regardless,
I'm still gonna be hungry, bro.
Yeah,
what do you want me to do?
In a nice air-conditioned home, you'll be chilling.
You're saying it's gonna be easier for me, but what about you?
I don't know yet. I haven't.
What are you
decided.
gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
What's your challenge? Let's do 3 days, man. So it could be realistic because I feel like if we go
3 day fast.
Because if we go longer than that, I feel like I'm gonna tap out.
I'll probably do something similar to what you're doing in the sense where it'll probably be like 1 meal a day.
Yeah.
Carbs or no carbs?
I usually don't have carbs during the day. That's the thing. Like for breakfast, I'll have like turkey sausage and eggs.
Yeah.
That's it. Maybe I kind of cut down on my tortillas, so I'm not eating too many tortillas now.
Yeah.
And then for breakfast, then I'll add avocado.
Yeah.
For lunch, I'll have chicken and broccoli, avocado. And then for dinner, sometimes I'll have another meal similar to what I have for lunch, or I'll do like a smoothie that has like all organic ingredients and stuff, like clean ingredients pretty much.
So
I'll probably just cut out, maybe I'll juice. I could probably juice in the morning and then at night.
Okay. So you'll do 1 meal and then juice twice.
I'll do 1 meal.
Okay.
And I'll just prep my juices for the week and then have them ready.
So we're starting tomorrow?
Tomorrow? Damn, I gotta get some stuff.
Or Wednesday? Start Wednesday?
Let's start Wednesday through Friday. Yeah, that way we all have time.
That's pretty good. Let's do that.
It's doable.
I like that.
Yeah,
are we doing like a video? Like
we should take a picture. I gotta get a scale, man. We should take a picture of where we don't have to expose ourselves on how much we weigh, but see how much if there's a difference.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't mind.
I feel weighing myself. I don't mind,
you feel uncomfortable? You said?
No, I said I don't mind. I don't mind. I feel comfortable, but I'm just saying
like, bro, we don't have to like. Out of the three of us,
we don't have to. No, I'm just saying we don't have to.
He's like, because my number's too low. It's like, what?
If I'm like 140, dude, I'd rather.
Come on,
no, there's no way.
140. I don't even know.
You look like a UFC fighter, bro.
Oh, dude,
your jersey would be like a blanket, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know how those dudes do it, man. I really don't. Anyways,
so we're all agreeing to do some form of fast or, sort of restrictive diet.
I would say more of a cleanse.
Let's be positive.
But I think it's still good though.
They're positive things though.
Yeah, it's good for the mind, the body.
Yeah,
and it really shows that something about yourself, man. I think it's good,
It shows, like you said earlier, you're able to be disciplined.
Yeah, disciplined, dude.
It's just mental toughness.
Good. Yeah,
we'll push each other.
Yeah,
let's push each other.
And I think we'll feel better at the end, dude. We'll be like,
you guys are like the brothers I've never had. I wasn't born with these brothers.
I think segueing into
mindfulness,
dude. Mindfulness
into mental toughness. I think
we should talk about. I like this.
Yes.
What's the quote, Vic?
The quote. Oh, I lost it here. Give me
Let
1
the listeners know.
So it's a quote. obviously similar to what we're talking about right now, in the sense where, you know, when it comes to discipline, not making excuses, things like that. The quote goes, "Excuses make today easy, but they make tomorrow hard. Discipline makes today hard, but it makes tomorrow easy."
Yeah. No, that was, man, can I start with just saying how, and it's applicable to this podcast that we're doing and we've been doing for weeks now. And let me just say, it's not easy. It has not been easy. I mean, there's days where it is easier than others, but the commitment, the consistency to show up, to meet up, to plan it, to even have topics that we're going to talk about, the editing, you know, it's been challenging.
Well, that's all you on the editing, man. Thank you to you.
Frank does all the editing for social media, in case you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Man. I'll take that compliment. I got to learn how to take compliments.
Yes.
Because it's important. But driving over here, it was like, I don't know how many times I thought to myself, do we just cancel this weekend? And I know you had those thoughts maybe this morning as well, because it was hot. You called me.
It wasn't. It was more because I was just.
He was moody, tired. Bro. He was bad.
And you had a long week. Yeah, you had.
I got here.
He's like, bro, it's hot. I don't know, bro.
He just woke up.
Hey, I don't know what you want to do, bro, but it's hot.
I know. Literally, he called me. He's like,
bro, I'm killing ants right now, man. What do you?
He's like, hey, let's just do it, and we'll just do it in your garage. He goes, I'm like, bro, it's like super hot. He goes, but we're men.
I was like, we're men. I was like, well, let's just suck it up.
That's a great answer,
and then
bro.
I told him, and I was like,
you say quiet, you're like, all right,
take your time.
I hate you. You're just like, well, look, look, this breeze, like, it's not. You made it seem like we were gonna be
praying over it. God, please have a breeze over here in Gardena,
bro.
Please. Man,
I just knew that as hot as it was in Corona, it was nowhere near as hot as it was out here. So I was like, man, you almost had me there. I almost believed you, and I was like, damn, you know what? Let's just cancel it.
I was like, but you know, the reason why I didn't want to cancel anything like that is because I gave you my word, and I was like, look, we're gonna do it. If you're able to come, we can do it.
Which I was surprised Vic wanted to do.
And I was like, you know, I don't want to put myself.
But that's good, man.
It's like we want to
be the betterment of our podcast and our viewers,
and we want to be consistent. Baby. We're gonna be consistent. It takes effort, but that's the perfect example of what you're talking about, because today it was a struggle. We could have made an excuse, but we said no. Let's go. Let's do the hard thing, because it'll pay off down the road.
Will be easier.
Yep.
I think that's good, man. I think that second quote, hits home for me, because I procrastinate a lot, and I think when I do things like the day it's supposed to get done, it's just a lot easier the next day for me, you know, from whether it's work or house chores, and just get out of the way, man. Don't even put it behind, because then it's going to start piling up. But I think, you know, being disciplined is a good thing, you know. It's a good habit to have.
And it's hard, man.
Yeah, it's hard. It's easier said than done.
It's the discipline of whatever it is you're doing. I know, even like for me, like meal prepping, like that's an extra task I gotta put on.
Are you gonna do that today, or
for
the upcoming week?
Yeah, for the upcoming week. But then, you know, I sacrifice an hour and a half,
and it's gonna be easier throughout the week after that.
On a weekend, Saturday or Sunday, and then during the week, like Rich said, you know,
it doesn't have to
makes my life a little bit easier. I don't have to cook right now during the week, you know. And so, you know, it's a little sacrifice. I know that's just an example of what we're talking about, but
just.
You can apply that to anything, not just you know, your weekly task or whatever. You apply it on life, man.
Yeah, it's easy to rationalize as you're telling yourself, okay, I need to be disciplined on this specific thing, because it's endless, right? It's meal prep, and then it's showing up to work on time, and then it's, you know, I mean, it's just an endless amount of things that we are called upon to do. Right, and then you start to say, well, okay, and it does go hand in hand with looking at your plate and being like, hey, maybe I have too much on my plate. You know, I got to find balance. I got to reprioritize, but that's a constantly moving equation, and we have wives, we have kids. It's way easier said than done. Definitely.
I agree, man.
Just be disciplined. Simply put, be as disciplined as you can
to make tomorrow easy.
To make tomorrow easier.
Tomorrow easier. Exactly. Let's wrap it up with the
Dodgers update.
All right. So we got a good and a bad Dodger update this week.
Should we start with the good or the bad?
We'll start with the bad.
Okay.
We got our ace of the season, Gavin Stone, was put on the IL this week with the right shoulder inflammation, which seems to be kind of tricky, I think. Because I want to say Tyler Glasnow he had tendonitis, but it's one of those things where you kind of have to, and he's been pitching great this year. I'm sure we've seen a couple of his games. Me and Rich, you were there that night.
He was there too.
I've seen him.
Yeah, so and it's a concern because we're gonna need him. I mean,
we need all the arms we
There's
can
21
get.
games left in the season.
I think he's
vital right now. I know we're in a pennant
Dodgers,
race still, technically, but he's been one of the better of our pitchers this year.
I say top 3, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about it yesterday, right?
Gavin Stone? Yeah, who's
Gavin Stone?
Yeah.
Flaherty,
Actually, Landon Knack had an outing this week, and he pitched pretty well. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
the more the merrier.
Yeah. He's another arm.
But as far as the guys, the pitchers that are healthy, or at least coming into being healthy, is Glasnow, Yamamoto, and Flaherty.
Flaherty's
he's been healthy.
Good.
But I'm saying those are going to be our three core guys, hopefully, that can stay healthy. Our primary starters.
Yeah, I mean,
and then throw in Buehler and Bobby Miller as a. I know you've lost complete faith in Bobby Miller. You're like that guy.
I mean, obviously, I don't want to say I've lost faith in Bobby, but I feel like he's just underperformed this year, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where he's obviously a healthy arm right now, but if the postseason would start tomorrow, I don't see him pitching being a starter for any of the games.
Yeah. What about as a reliever potentially? I mean, they haven't even tried to do that with them, right?
Our bullpen is pretty set.
The relievers are good.
Yeah,
we got good relievers.
They're pretty set. I know. Sometimes starting pitchers in the postseason are used as relievers. I know, like 1 year going back, Kenta Maeda.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about.
He was a starter and he was a reliever.
He did a great job
during that one of the World Series runs, and So I think it just depends on the pitcher, because some guys are so used to that starting role, and then also how to prepare to be a reliever versus being a starter is completely different.
I think that's a hard one.
All right,
because guys are creatures of habit. They prepare to pitch, 5-6 innings, whatever it is, versus
just
an
1 or
inning
2
and a half or whatever.
Yeah.
So it all depends on. I mean, the only person that knows is Dave Roberts and the pitching coaches and stuff, but I mean, we'll see coming out. So we have Brewster Gratterall coming back, hopefully.
He's coming back?
Tomorrow, they said.
Are you serious? I thought he was done for the season.
Yeah, I thought he got back.
Remember, they downgraded his hamstring strain from a grade 3 to a grade 1.
Oh,
okay.
So
that's not
which
even
is better. I know it looked worse than what it was.
Yeah.
Because they pulled him out at the game. That game he got hurt.
Yeah, they say he was out.
But yeah, so he's been putting in work. I've been seeing on Instagram. He's been putting in work to get back.
All right.
So grade 1 is not that bad.
I just hope he stays healthy, because this would be the second stint off the IL. Because the first time he came back,
we saw. I remember that.
Then he got hurt that same game he came back.
I felt bad, man.
He was crying.
So, it was a big deal. So
wow,
so we'll see.
That's good.
But in better news, Teal
Tail
was actually not put on the IL.
X-rays were negative.
That's good.
X-rays and MRIs came out negative.
Yep.
Nice.
On his left foot.
That's really good news.
It's really good.
So that's like the better news for the week, because I was pretty bad when he got hit by that pitch.
We both saw it live. It did not look good.
Like
it's like, damn.
Wednesday, I was like, oh.
Like pile on the injuries even more.
Like,
come on, man.
But no, luckily he'll be back, sooner than later. And Yoshi will be coming back Tuesday against Chicago Cubs this week. So definitely need him.
I'm excited to see him.
I know
back.
His rehab start for OKC was kind of short, but I guess from whatever they saw, they felt like he was ready. So We need him right now for the final month of baseball, pretty much.
Yep.
That'll be good.
And then I know I don't know if you were going to mention Kershaw. If there's any hope that we could use him at some point in the
I've
playoffs.
only seen footage of him like throwing, not necessarily off the mound or anything like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, we haven't got too many updates on that.
What's his injury? It's a bone. What is it?
Bone spur?
Bone spur.
Bone spur.
Yeah.
Our PT expert here. How long is it going to take him? Do you think?
Well, like I was telling you guys earlier, like it just depends, right, on his recovery process, but also rehab. But whether it's like growing or also, it depends on how big it is. But I know it's been an ongoing issue with him for a long time. But I would give it 3 to 6 weeks.
3 to 6 weeks.
I wouldn't even push it 6 weeks. But I would say like
3 to
4 weeks. But he's gonna have to modify some things. Definitely strengthen that foot, the ankle.
Maybe play with some
stay
pain
off of that. Yeah, maybe, who knows, he might be wearing a boot for a little bit just to kind of keep the weight off there, you know.
So it's safe to say he probably won't come back till
playoff time.
Till the playoff time.
Till the end of the regular season.
But I know we were talking about what I know you asked Frank that question. Will you put him in the playoff? Like, will you start him? Or
as a starter,
like,
I mean,
what game would it be?
I think we were talking about that yesterday. We said. I thought like a game 4 starter, but then Vic reminded me that by the game 4, the game 1 starter would be available.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's going to go based on how we do in whatever series we're in.
Yeah.
So if we're up, say we're up
Kershaw
3-0.
Yeah, 3-0, then throw him in the game 4.
Throw him in there.
Yeah.
But if we're up, if it's tied, 2-2 or whatever, or we're down,
you're not trusting
2-1,
it.
No.
Yeah, it's not worth.
Well, maybe you go and then 4th position you go Bueller. Right,
I would do like a combo between Bueller
and Kirsch, but one of them is going to be coming in relief then again, right? We were saying how they're not used to that.
Kirsch will start the game, no doubt.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting combo. I mean, have we ever seen that? We've never seen that with like a Bueller Kirsch.
It'd be like a bullpen game, pretty much.
That's
what they would categorize it as.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the playoffs. And I am too,
man. I want these guys to get healthy, man.
Hopefully we can stay healthy in the bullpen, dude, and
I laugh.
Hopefully we win it, dude.
The reason why I know we got to go, but I laugh because when it comes to the playoffs, I looked at my wife the other day. I said, "Are you going to actually watch them this year?" Because she covers her face.
Oh, because she gets that nervous.
She gets nervous.
I turn off my alerts
and I look
on
at
my
her.
phone because
what do you turn off?
For some reason, the app that I use Score.
Yeah.
Oh, Score.
And dude, their
it's delayed
alerts
or something?
are always like a couple seconds ahead of like the.
Nope,
really?
That ruins it,
dude. So I turn them off. I hate it.
I use
like
ESPN.
You got the suspense.
You got to see it live. But watch it. Don't.
Yeah.
I'm talking to my wife right now. Don't cover your face. You got to watch it. It's worth it.
Tanya's a diehard.
She's a diehard. Oh, she's even more diehard than I am when it comes to the Dodgers.
Dodgers, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, you got this is part of the fandom of being a Dodger fan.
I want that thing.
Yeah, that's probably the only sport that my wife watches she's into. Like all the
baseball?
other ones, baseball. All the other ones she doesn't really watch as much,
So just 2 more tidbits on the
okay.
Dodgers.
What's up?
So we're on 50-50 watch still
let's
with the
go,
boy Shohei.
With 20 games remaining, right?
With 21
He's
games
got it,
remaining.
dude.
So
he's 45-45?
He's 45-46 right now.
Oh, wow.
So he hit his 45th home run, and then he stole his 46th base same game.
He can do it.
So we got 21 games left.
I think he'll
totally
do it, man.
possible.
Yeah.
He'd be the only player in MLB history to do 50-50, and I don't think anybody
But
would
he's
do
already alone, right?
He's already
in the fact that he's at 45, 46.
Yeah. Definitely in Dodger history, no one's ever done it.
I mean, I've seen games where he'll steal multiple bases. Like, I mean, at least
dude,
2.
I've seen him steal second and third.
Yeah,
in the same.
Yeah,
I'm like, whoa.
But even the announcer was like, stealing third base is easier than stealing second. I'm like, really?
But he takes like
and then he did it. And then he did it. You're like, oh damn.
Yeah, it's
he
amazing.
takes like 4 steps and he's like at the plate. But then he's fast. He's tall.
He's 6 foot, bro.
He's smart, man.
So he can definitely do the 50-50. It's within the realm of possibility.
I really hope he gets it. I think if he does 50-50, if he reaches 50-50, he's going to be MVP of the NL without a doubt.
As a designated hitter.
For sure.
Designated hitter.
Wow.
Man.
I think there was a statistics that if he continues to at that rate, it's going to be, I think it was like something 53 homers and
or
53 steals and 52. Yeah,
so they're already saying he's gonna overshoot it.
Like steals, something like that. But it's yeah, man. I think he's gonna get it. I'm excited to see it, man. We should definitely appreciate that.
And it's always funny when the home runs, like whoever catches the ball or doesn't catch the ball, it's like always a storyline.
Like that first homer for the Dodgers.
I'm glad they made up for that.
So let me just ask though, if you were the one in the stands to catch that home run, the 51, like what do you do? Like I know there's a lot of you're keeping it.
No. So this is how I would do it. Okay.
All right, let's hear it.
I would give Shohei the ball. But I would want a signed jersey,
of course,
a signed bat, and a signed baseball.
Everything. Okay.
What about
a picture?
And a picture.
Yes. You give me all those,
and a letter to your daughter.
You'll come out on the news. You'll come out on the news.
I'll be on behind
everything.
Behind the scenes, whatever. You know, like the Dodgers, the Sportsnet LA does.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to
backstage Dodgers.
Yeah,
you don't want to be dirty. You don't want to keep it, and well, not that it's dirty, but it's like.
But you know what? I personally, as a baseball fan, I mean, I know people are like, "You're stupid. That's probably worth like millions of dollars."
No, but I think it would mean a lot to Shohei.
But to be honest, like for me, like it's a part of history. He's earned that.
Yeah.
And
he would want the ball.
His.
I think so.
That's my opinion. I know most people look at it as like, "Oh, but I could keep it and I could make money off it or whatever." Yeah. But to me, as a Dodger fan, if I got a baseball, I got a picture, I got a jersey, I got a bat.
Yep.
And they're all authenticated.
Yep.
That right then and there
is already.
Dude, I'm good, and I get to meet him. Like I'll be good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be good.
That's awesome, man.
That's a good trade.
But a little quick, just one last fun fact. So Will Smith currently leads the majors with 30 caught stealing.
Really?
So I don't know if you guys are familiar with that stat. It's when someone's trying to steal from first to second.
Okay.
And
he throws
Will throws it and gets him out.
Oh, he's leading the majors
with 30, and that was one of the things that he worked on this off season, and it's really paid off.
Wow.
I mean, that guy's got a killer arm, dude. So, guys don't obviously try to steal anymore. I mean, they still do, but he gets them.
I'm a big Will Smith fan this year, and even before that. But
and the last Dodger to do that, to lead the majors in that category was Russell Martin back in 2007. He had 41 that year.
Been a while.
So kudos to Will Smith. He got 41. Cool another great Dodger catcher. Yeah,
that's it. That's nice.
I know Will Smith's been kind of on a downhill spiral when it comes to his at bats, but I mean he's obviously a valuable part of our team.
Roster.
So we got to keep him in. But yeah, he's heating up a little bit right now. So we'll see.
Cool.
Yeah. So that concludes this episode of Compadres Talk. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And follow us on Instagram. Compadres out.
Peace.